said nobody's good. Which one?
I do that. In relation to this.
Good as in our good, not God standard of good. Okay, yeah, I got you, bro.
Don't be calling me out, Junior.
No, but
don't be calling. Don't do that. You not see. You not see.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, okay, cool. No, but let's get intro now quickly.
Let me open this door first, please. I'm getting hot.
Oh, I'm getting hot.
So I'm going
Hey, bro.
if I could speak in tongues, I'd do the
Oh my god. Oh.
But yeah, okay, cool. While Emmanuel's opening the door, hello and welcome to Our Boys podcast, episode 20. Another little cheeky milestone. Celebrating 20 episodes. We still at this. We still in here. We still at this thing, man.
In your ear every day.
Okay.
Anyway, we invited Eric to the pod because that wasn't Emmanuel. What the hell?
But yeah, what's it called? Obviously, right here, right now, we've got me, Junior.
Your boy Aki.
Your boy Eric.
And Emmanuel. Obviously, we just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's still listening. Still sharing us, still telling us, keep going, giving encouragement. Bro, I can't even lie. Some man are getting stopped still in the motive still. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shut up.
Wait, well, it's not me.
What? Who's getting stopped?
I thought it was you two that, sometimes I listen to the boy. I was like, oh my god. Are you guys the more approachable ones out of us then?
We play it humble, man. Obviously we appreciate our fans.
Wait, don't put the fans, bro.
We appreciate the fan love, you know what I'm saying?
The listeners.
We here for y'all, man, all day, every day, man. If you see me on the street, say hi, man. Don't be shy, man.
Don't be afraid to approach.
I can't lie, yeah. No. Certain man.
But we're approachable though.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you're not. Because actually one of our listeners actually told me off. Well, told off. English. God.
Excuse.
Oh my goodness. She came to report you to me. Apparently,
if you're listening,
Oh no! Cuss them again. No. Because you already offended them. Apparently, they came up to you and were just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm listening to your pod," and you were just like, "Ah, cool, thanks."
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Where was that?
Friday.
In that motive?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I did not speak to anyone in that motive that told me that.
Maybe it was me.
I think it was actually, there's no way. You might leave it. There's no way I do that. Right. Honestly.
So pass it on to Aki.
I'm screaming. You know what's bad? Yeah. I didn't just say, "Alright, cool, thanks," but and also secondly, I was tired, fam.
So that's the reason. Yeah.
Bro, I was tired. And then I left early on. I work in the morning as well.
No, I'm not really. She was like, I think it was Junior. I was just like, Junior.
She don't even know who it is.
I was screaming.
Who the hell is this? I'm joking.
Listen. Catch me on another day. Hopefully, I won't be too fired.
Is it I was about to say a Beatties. Is it?
What?
Oh god.
Man, you can speak freely after. It's okay. Don't hurt yourself.
No, but thank you all for listening though, that for the bottom of our hearts. I hope I can see it.
What did you say?
I hope from the bottom of your heart as well that you're thankful, you're pushing, you're moving people away. If they stop listening, it's your fault,
I didn't move anyone away. Don't sensationalize the story now. Honestly, I said I moved people away.
Wait, what does move mean? Bro, I mean as in, deterring them from, okay, thanks.
Next time.
Anyway.
For next time,
just be nicer, please, yeah?
Next time, take me out this grind I'm doing, man. Waking up early in the morning, toiling, coming out. But, it's not their fault. Sometimes pray for me.
You said that you should be clothed in the righteousness of God.
Yeah.
Is that you being clothed in the righteousness?
I'm just asking you guys to pray for me. I can't ask for prayer.
But especially to that person, thank you very, very much.
I can never get any words for him.
Because I just remember, but it's Ake, not me.
I was screaming.
Because this is how they do all black people look the same? I'm so confused. Bro, when he said me, I said, huh? I said, what? I said, me, that was, you know, I was in the corner, you know.
Yeah, they were like, where's the junior? I was like, junior?
Bro, because that's what, of all of us. Me, you think if it was me, I'd put my arm brother, I'd be like, yeah, my guy, let's go. Right. You know what I mean, man?
Right.
Positive vibes.
Right.
But especially to that listener and everyone else, thank you ever so much. I appreciate it.
No,
we all appreciate it.
It's not your sin that you have to go to repent.
Oh, exactly.
It's Aki's sin.
Wait, first of all, wait, man said sin. Like, cool off, man, cool off. Man said sin. Gosh, sin?
But yeah, no.
Just say yes, sir.
Just say yes, sorry.
Oh, you shouted at me. Okay, listen, I'm sorry.
That's it.
Okay. Sorry! No, I'm joking. On a serious note, I apologize, but I'm not really no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really apologizing because I didn't do anything wrong, man. I'm just apologizing that I didn't, you know.
You know, I said you got a post today.
I don't know what was the word, but yeah. I didn't give the energy I normally would have.
I sent you guys a post on Insta today that was like, 5 things that you won't apologize.
Oh, yeah.
I'm screaming.
So what would you apologize for?
Huh?
This one said,
what I apologize for?
What won't you apologize for?
Everyone say one thing. Say 4, 5 turns into loads.
No, okay, so what we can't say, so yeah, I won't apologize for obeying, but this one said prioritizing your family, engaging in self-care, pursuing your purpose, and saying no.
What else would you not apologize for? Before he says that, man's being myself. So, you know, no one takes my answer.
So, man asked me the question.
Yeah.
It's not okay. Why don't you just go first?
You know the ones here where someone does say your answer, though.
And then they just say my answer. The teacher's looking at you now. Okay.
How convenient.
Yeah, no, the thing I was gonna say that. I don't want to apologize for. It kind of goes in line with the things that Emmanuel already mentioned, that the post said. Yeah, juniors obviously you never apologize for being yourself. But I feel like when people don't say they don't want to apologize for being themselves, they kind of also try to use it as a thing where they don't work on their flaws or change things that they need to change. I'm myself. I'm not gonna apologize for being myself.
I work on my flaws.
Now let's say I'm rude or something. That's me. I'm not gonna apologize for being rude. Maybe you should.
Yeah.
Same thing with some of those things as well. I feel like don't apologize for those things as well, but then there's also a way in which you present it to others and you use wisdom. For example, like, I think it was just like saying no. I'm gonna apologize for saying no, but there's a way that you'll say no that it won't be
offensive.
Yeah, and just things like that. You know what I mean? So you should always use wisdom in everything that you're doing. But myself personally, I can't really think of a specific situation in which something I won't say sorry for, but if situations arise, I don't know. I don't know. But I think one thing I say, something I won't say sorry for, opposite, being there for my friends.
Aww, bless your concept.
Yeah, let's move on.
Cute. Black men have feelings.
All men have feelings.
I'm just, you know.
Let's try to be politically correct, Jude. Oh, you're the lawyer here.
Whatever, man. That'll be it. Okay. Anyway, continue, bro. What's yours?
I won't lie though. I feel like I just all lives matter.
Yes, you do.
Because I did that as a black man. I was like, no, oh man, feelings. I was screaming. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
I'm just prioritizing us at the moment. Why? Because we're going for stuff. Anyway, go on, continue.
What's that video with the guys like?
Eat my girl, man. Eat my girl.
Something that I won't say sorry for.
NBA.
What did you say? Say what you said.
Oh.
No, go on. Go on, bro.
Continue.
Necro.
Huh?
I thought you said we're not saying that word anymore.
I didn't say that word though, did I?
No, but you said another word that's just bad.
It's me black.
Oh, you speak Spanish now? Oh, okay.
That's the way it goes.
She said, yo.
¿Cómo
se dice?
Are you okay? Okay.
Why you hate him because we speak other languages, man?
Really?
You speak bilingual too,
man. We trilingual. That's what we're
I don't think I'll apologize for my friends, you know. Like the group that I walk around with, like those who are really cool, my friends, I'll always stand up for them, and you know, I would have nothing to apologize for them for, you know what I mean? I hope so anyway. Don't put me to shame.
Don't put me to shame. But no, that's a good question. You mentioned friends though, because there's a certain book you was meant to. Have you finished reading that book? This guy is fried.
Alright, true, man.
It's staying in.
Bro, it's September, you know.
I've been out, man.
You've been out.
Man.
You can't put aside 10
Oh no, but
pages
I'm
a
not
day.
going. I'm not going up.
Anyway, Sha,
the biggest
this is a book, Emmanuel.
Oh, must you expose me? Must you expose me?
Sometimes I gotta do it, man.
If I was to expose you, you won't like it.
Oh, well then, mate.
Oh, alright then, mate. Don't alright then, mate. It's not, don't double
No,
standards.
because we had something we both were going to do.
Hey,
Can you guys provide some context for the listeners?
leave the context.
No, they need to know what we're
They don't
talking
need to know.
Bro, like I said, the book. We were meant to both read a book.
Listen, Akin.
By the end of July.
Akin. How many times did I call your name? How many times did I call your name?
I'm in September.
Bro.
Junior, shut up, are you reading?
Bro,
After he came and confessed, just like that.
Honestly though.
Wait, Emmanuel.
But the thing is though, I've already admitted that, fam. I'm good. I own myself, bro. You're running. No. You're running. You've been running for AK. AK's been ducking him down. Yeah, he must been running.
He hasn't been ducking.
Nah, there was actually a time where this guy was speaking to us at my house, and then I asked him. This guy ran to his car.
You know, Iman are running.
This guy's been running since COVID, bro.
He's been running since I don't know when he started liking. You know, he started in COVID. He likes to go on jogs as well. I don't know if that's when he started building the resilience.
Chill, man's binge jogging.
Oh, sorry.
You know he wants to do the marathon one day, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're probably running too. You're running.
What are you meant to do?
Can you not walk or jogging? Yes.
Fam, no, that's a long walk, bruv. 26 mile walk. Fam, that's your whole day gone.
Boy.
There's no point actually walking a marathon, bruv.
Well, you can walk some dates, I guess.
Yeah,
but more time you need to jog.
Yeah, you have to.
Whatever, isn't it?
Fam, they'll be saying, okay, I need to go.
they were like, just exit there. We're coming for you to finish.
Yeah,
What I do, you run that marathon, yeah, I need like 2-3 days off after because annual leave, I can't walk after. I said, I've done my walking, I've done my miles for like the week,
for the month, man.
Bro, no cat, man, 26 miles.
26 miles, bro.
When I'm not being chased, please. Even chased for 27 miles, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'll be like, alright, y'all do what you want, man.
Tell me now. I'm guilty as charged. It was me.
What you gonna do, kill me?
But yeah, so seeing as, you know, we had a bit of a conversation about, you know, anything and everything. So you might as well get into what we wanted to talk about today.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, we've gone everywhere.
Uh-huh.
I said we've gone everywhere.
Oh, exactly.
Freestyle, innit?
Fuck up. Sorry.
You know, children.
Fire in the booth.
Anyway, no, shush your mouth.
Our boys need to too.
Shush your mouth.
Took a duck cap to impress her.
Not gonna lie, yeah. Man, that freestyle was cold, bro.
Oh gosh. I'm took a too. Hey, them milkshakes though.
Long time since we've been tinsel.
Man, long time, probably never again still.
There's one or two done in like
Gansu. Yeah, probably. It ain't all that, man.
No, that lesser one was nice though.
But yeah, okay, cool. So today we're gonna talk about a bit about legacy.
You just love diving into it, bro.
Yeah, because you know.
What?
Anyway, I don't put myself in these childish games with this guy. Man's drinking green tea. He's telling me whoa. Anyway, so yeah, with that being said, What does legacy mean to you, Emmanuel? Whoa! Answer the question, bro.
You want me to chuck on my tape?
Whoa.
What is legacy? What a loaded question. Wow, thank you, Junior.
How about just okay? Let's make it a brief answer then.
Okay, what does legacy mean to me? So I remember a time my ancestors were talking.
This guy.
Yeah, ancestors.
Get along with this guy. Man said my ancestors. Man said ancestry.com.
What does legacy mean to me? I believe it's leaving something behind. Usually, you can have a good legacy or a bad legacy, innit? But I believe it is just something left behind. Once you've passed away, it could actually be anything. So, a good legacy. The Bible talks about like a good father will leave a good inheritance for his children's children.
Yeah.
That's a good legacy. For your children's children to look back and say, granddad done this for us.
Yeah.
That's a good legacy. Bad legacy, my talk, sorry. But you get. So,
You don't know that your grandfather was a womanizer. Oh god.
Boy, okay, what are you? Is yours basically the exact same or?
Yeah, so basically kind of like along the lines of what Emmanuel said as well. But I think for me as well, it's just looking at it as something that. So it's kind of like you're actually something that's gonna outlive your physical body anyway. So like, okay, this is gonna outlive my time on this earth. And like even like to say that Emmanuel mentioned the whole a good father or a good man would leave an inheritance for his children's children. Before when I used to look at that, just just
money.
Just money. I just used to look at the money. So I gotta grind, I gotta work hard. So that no one can ever say I didn't leave something behind. But like this, just coming to as we've grown, I guess we've got an understanding that there's probably more to it than just maybe leaving money behind. And that's just things we'll probably discuss later, isn't it?
Yeah, first. It turns out I kind of basically got the exact same thing. I probably would say it's just about leaving something behind, making your mark, or stamping your mark or whatever. Something around that. Yeah, leaving a mark on something, or leaving a mark on your name, basically. But yeah, as I said, like before, I used to always think it was money, but now it's changed a lot since coming into Christ. But yeah, as I said, we'll get into that later. Just a quick question. So, whose legacies would you say, if you might could pick one person, whose legacy would you say has inspired you?
Well, only one person.
Okay, you can pick a couple.
Wow.
But don't do overboard. Don't go overboard.
I said not one, not two, but thousands. No. I say, for example, recently, obviously, this is probably just fresh in my mind because of his recent passing. I say someone like Chadwick Boseman, just seeing his heart to give. He had a heart to give. He had a heart to serve, and just the fact that even though he was going through his own problem, his own situation, his own struggles, he never really let it come to light for other people. So it's like he didn't want people to have the burden of feeling sorry for him or pity, but he was still giving to others. He was actually still visiting cancer patients and doing charitable acts and Make-A-Wish Foundation things for other people who were terminally ill and stuff like that. And it's just hindsight now, because we look back and realize that he himself was actually ill when he was doing it. But back then it just looked like, he was just doing a charitable thing. But now it's like, wow, he was helping people who couldn't help him. And that's a good sign of of real actual love, real charity, when you do unto somebody who can't pay you back, who they can't help you at all. And I feel like just the heart. And I know one thing somebody said as well, just about how they feel like he truly died empty. That's something important as well. I don't want to, I think what's that saying about there's so much, the richest place in the world is the grave. There's so much potential and gifts and everything in the grave and that. But it's like you need to rob the grave, not let the grave rob the world of your gifts. So it's like when I die, I want to die empty. I want to have had every gift, every talent, every skill, every desire that's been God-given desire that's been given to me. I've used it. I've worked on it. I've given back. It's been fulfilled. Not saying that I'm at I may have done everything I can possibly do, but at least I've worked towards that. I've emptied myself out of what I have. I haven't had a gift of, you know, I can help people out, but I've just not helped anybody at all. Like, maybe I've not helped everybody I can, but I've just helped. I've pushed towards that, so I feel like that's something I really learned from his. That inspired me.
I feel like there's even, I think it was a message that I was listening to, and I was saying how even if you look at someone like Jesus, you might say that he still had so much potential.
Yeah.
But he died fulfilling purpose. Do you get? Like, Jesus could have lived till 70, continue going around the world, healing everyone, preaching the good news, but he died at 33, still full of a lot of life, but he completed his mission. Do you understand that? That is something that I look to. You're saying someone who that I would look at. I was actually thinking. So obviously, Redeem was founded by Pa Akindayo Mikun. Damn, you're a buff.
Hey, bro. That's the syllables on that one.
But so he got a vision, and these times he couldn't even write English. He couldn't. It was an illiterate. And just the way that from a vision he managed to create this organization, we would call it, this religious body called the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and his successor, that's a EAW. I would say that he's actually left such a good legacy, in the sense of he's passed on a true and undiluted vision to Pastor Adeboye, and if you look at the expansion that has happened just from that vision, I would say that is leaving a good legacy behind, because for someone like me who I have a lot of vision, but my legacy, I would want it to be so much more greater than me, because not a lot of people know Pastor Academy. God forgive me, but not a lot of people know him.
Yeah,
but
some people wouldn't even know that he's the one that founded it.
Do you understand?
Was Pastor,
exactly. But if you were to say the Redeemed Christian Church of God, quite a few people will know of it. So that's kind of when I look at legacy, is what I've left behind bigger than who I am. That's what I look at as like a true legacy. Do I have a legacy creator, or someone who's left a good legacy behind?
I hear you. I think I probably might say two. Yeah, so as I said, I probably would say maybe two. I'd say I'd probably say a little bit like Kobe's. I think Kobe's left I think his legacy has been crazy. In terms of when people say Mamba mentality and how it can, travel. It's relatable in every single field or whatever you do. Just in terms of working hard, just in terms of as in like
being driven, innit?
Yeah, and like honestly, from when I've met or listened to every single NBA sportsman, anyone, they've always said about how Kobe was so hard working. That you're already the greatest player. You're already one of the greatest players, and you're still waking up. And that, to us, at the end of it, it's the same as Ronaldo, same as Messi, same as LeBron. Like some of these men, they're waking up at early in the morning. You're already at the top of your game, waking up early in the morning, going to the training thing before anyone else.
Yeah.
Staying after everyone else. And just to maintain greatness, and
Yeah, that's the Mamba mentality.
That is a mad thing. Like,
what was it you that sent in the video of Ronaldo, and they were asking?
Oh yeah, bro. The thing is, you know what's mad? When you think about it, though, you know what's so mad about some of these players? Well, I think at a Ballon d'Or event, it was Rio Ferdinand. And I forgot who he was. Anderson. And they said, who's the best player in the world? That man said Maradona. They asked Ronaldo. Ronaldo said me. Bro, man,
you can say that.
And he said that. He said that how many years ago?
And this was before he was the Ronaldo.
This is before, fam. And he, like, when you know it, that's basically Mamba mentality. Like, Kobe already knew he was one of the greatest, but as soon as he stepped onto the court, as soon as he was a junior in that league, and he kept going, kept moving like it, kept acting like it.
And I feel like you hear a lot of these stories in sports as well. Like even David Beckham, the stories of him staying behind after practice. Like everybody knows if you put Beckham on a corner, on a free kick, then it's converting.
What's that saying? You don't fear a man that's practiced 1,000 shots, you fear the man that's practiced one shot 1,000 times.
Fam, the stories of him staying behind after practice.
Bro, honestly.
For like 5 hours just practicing. Just practicing free kicks,
well, that's how some of these kids become ballers, because their dad will tell them you can't leave this pitch until you've done that 5 times in a row. Like, and you know why when I deep that one shot 1,000 times, when I was playing football, there was a specific way I was trying to hit a free kick. Every time I hit it that way, it done what I wanted it to do. And it's like it really works. It actually really same way basketball, bro. You think about the percentages in basketball, 50% is a good percentage, Man are throwing up shots, and it's not even about how. It's basically how you throw it. So it's like your form, your movement. It's basically muscle memory. You practice that shot, but 500 times, bro. Shoot around. You probably take up to like 500.
I remember Kobe was telling Dwight Howard that if you struggle with free throws, or if you worry about free throws when you got that anxiety about taking free throws, like, just take 1,000 free throws. I was like, huh? Bro, I said, you said like it was something you just do it in 30 minutes. But it's true. Imagine like even if you've got an issue with something, you've done it 1,000 times. There's a level of comfortability that you get, even if you're not the best at it. Like, Junior might be a better free throw shooter than me, but the fact that I've done this 1,000 times, there's some level of confidence that I should have.
And the muscle memory as well.
So even I was talking to my brother-in-law today, and we were talking about Arsenal, and obviously back in the day, you could say that Arsenal are the way that they used to play, very pass and move type of football. And we were talking about how now, even though it's very early stages of the new Arsenal.
Arteta's red or mate. I follow Arteta.
Arteta ball.
Arteta ball.
But we were just discussing about how now you can see the uniformity of our play. Like now there's a lot more rhythm to it, because what we're doing on the pitch, you can say that is almost identical to every game that we play now. Like the play will now start right from the back, from the goalkeeper, and we were talking about a post that they posted, how identical.
It's the same thing, because they do it in training.
But then we were saying, other teams might look at that and say, it's easy, we know where to cut them off from. But if you get on the pitch now and you look at the way it transcends from the keeper, it can go left or right. You take it forward. Aubameyang might be loitering somewhere on the left, but you got 2 other players that might distract you. Where do you go? Type of thing. Like, is that creating those opportunities? Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I say, like, with Arsenal, like, you know how I said I used to be like, maybe not
part-time.
Okay, calm down.
Still a part-time fan.
But like, when I really enjoy watching football, like, is when I love to see like those patterns, you know, like I really engage, and that's when now football's becoming interesting for me again, because it's a team that I love, you know. Arsenal, you know I love you, but sometimes you've been doing me dirty, you know. Sometimes you're hurting me.
Anyway,
I can't go through. I only have one hat break here, please.
Who's the other person who's legacy within the Inspires?
Yeah, but just before that, Bunny Manuel. Like that Arsenal, this guy in Arsenal, I don't understand.
No, this season I'm buying new top. I'm
redeeming myself. Man. Nah,
I'm redeeming myself.
We don't want you, dog. Nah, dog.
You're not paying me.
Nah, dog.
That's your business.
We don't subscribe to the reviews. But another person, obviously, and they're really close to us man's heart, I would say Uncle Richard. I'd say his legacy, and I didn't deep his legacy until the funeral, and just about how many people said so many nice things about him, and how he was a servant, how he was always willing to do anything for everyone. And it's like, when you think about it, when you've heard everyone say that, and then you go back into your own thoughts and think, was he really like that? And then I'm just thinking of times where, well, it wasn't me included, because like, me, AK could just walk there. Yeah. But it's like dropping everyone. He lives in Chadwell, like, and he's dropping people home in Chafford, in Tilbury, like no complaints. Like I never heard. Oh, I wasn't in the car shower, but I never heard him complain about it like once, and he was always so willing to help people, like, and obviously that made me deep. Like, damn, like. Bruv, and in all honesty, his death really changed like my focus and my mind on so much, because it was like maybe just obviously was we baptized then? He wasn't, was he?
We got baptized the day after his service of songs, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace. But we already know he's in a good place, man. There's no way you can serve God like that and you're not there, man. But it's like, before that, obviously, I was already going to church and that, but it's like, you still think about striving for the world, or striving for these, accolades. The accolades, the cars, the job title. Bro, you know what's funny, yeah? What I've deeped being in corporate, yeah, in this corporate world, is people love job titles. Like, some people have the most extravagant job title, but it's such a basic job.
Fam, I'm recruiting now, yeah, and come and see the same job role, the same criteria. Fam, come and see the elaborate ways they're using all the English language.
You have sanitation engineer, aka janitor.
But it's like, honestly, like, even like, now they say business development representative,
fam.
But it's
account executive.
It's a salesperson, like,
sales development,
and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like people love to make these mad names. Why? Like, why? Like, people like, oh, I want my job title like this before I join. I want to be the head of this. Some people are getting put the head of marketing. You're the only person in marketing. You're the head of.
Hold on to that one. Sounds good, bro.
No, it sounds good, bro.
I was the head of the market. No, but the thing is, when it comes to the interview now, though, they say, oh, I was the head of the marketing division.
No, of course.
They go, oh, okay, how many did you manage?
No, but that's what they asked though.
But yeah, exactly. You probably say, hey, I had like 5 people under me or something. Yeah.
But but like, honestly though, like, that's what I've realised. Like, titles are mad. Everyone wants the houses. Look, me, I want that. Ooh, I can't lie. Yeah, I want it as well. But I've realised, like, when I go to the grave, yeah, no one is gonna talk. Bro, that BMW said that. No one's gonna talk about that. No one cares. Everyone's gonna be like, that BMW.
That what?
Anyway, no one. In all
they're gonna say, all that money that Junior is having.
What are we gonna do with it?
It's the person that
no one, bro. Everyone's gonna think whatever people want to say about me. I know it's gonna be good because me, I'm a blessing, man. If you don't believe that, Bonnie. But why'd you look away? But it's like honestly, bro. All the cars, all the money, like, it doesn't mean nothing. And I realised that on that day, when I saw everyone saying how nice and how much of a servant he was, that was his legacy that he left behind. And when I told you that day, yeah, like, what's the Bible say about it's better to go to a funeral than to go to parties, right?
Yeah, no, wait, it was actually, I think it was the verse after the one that they mentioned. So the one I went to go find it because that was ringing in my head as well, and it was like, a good reputation is more valuable than costly perfume.
Yeah.
And the day you die is better than the day you were born. And then I think the verse after it actually says, then it says, better to spend your time at funerals than at parties. After all, everyone dies, so the living should take this to heart. But I feel like it's true. End of the day, you learn more of a lesson. You learn more at a funeral or in the time of someone's death than you do at a party.
Like, in all honesty,
obviously the parties are good in that, but
like, obviously, parties are fun, shy. You enjoy yourself.
Fun as life.
But it's like. But anyway, but like,
Jesus should calm down.
But like, at that funeral, yeah, I learned so much. Just that one thing about how people were standing up and talking about you. No one mentioned nothing about material stuff. It was about the person, and that made me realise life is, like, obviously it's good to strive for these things, but that does not make you who you are. No one's gonna talk about what you have when you go down. They're gonna talk about how you affected them, how you made them happy, whatever you done.
No, like when Uncle Richard passed, yeah, like,
because even I saw him the Friday before, and we had spoken the Tuesday, and he was giving me some serious gems, and then he was like, oh yeah, we'll talk next week, and I was just like, no, uncle, you left man hanging, you left.
That was actually on the Tuesday as well.
Yeah.
I found out, innit?
I was like, uncle, you left man hanging. I was just, I was distraught. Even when you just mentioned his name, I was just like, damn, what a man, what a man. When people speak about this legacy of a thing, you feel like it's so far-fetched, but honestly, losing someone that has had such an impact on your life, that's why it's better for us now to appreciate our people now, because it will be too late when they're gone.
Bro, I don't feel like I appreciate them enough. How long was we when did I start going fellowship? Yeah, college. First year college. So first year college until when? Until 1 year after uni, 2 years after uni. It was last year. So yeah, it was basically just 2 years after uni. So what? How many years is that? 5, 6 years.
About 6. Yeah.
6 years of having someone constantly show you how to be a better person,
Not even how to be a better fam. Honestly, the conversations that I had with Uncle Richard, because he used to drop me home as well, and it's just, he was so eager to see us win.
Yeah.
He was so driven to see us win. Any way he could help, he was ready to drop everything and help. Is it advice? Is it, the guy was loaded, as in full of life experiences. You know how many times he done his driving test?
How many?
But just the fact that he didn't give up.
Yeah.
He kept going for it. He done his test in Hella Centres in London, came to Essex, still chatting back. Honestly, the man is, God. But
I said, bruv, as I said, man, that changed my outlook on so much.
that was a big loss.
It was a big loss, man. It was a big loss. I did. It's crazy because I still don't think I've actually deep the loss on what is gonna be a year soon.
It's actually gonna be a year.
It's gonna be a year soon, and I still haven't deeped it. One day it will just hit me, and I'll be like. But yeah, no, that was that. When I say legacy for me, or for someone that's close to me like that, that is what I call leaving a legacy. And on your funeral, where you can still change someone's life around, as in when I tell you that watching people speak about him, that changed my outlook on everything. That day, that song was a song said that song was said that changed my life about how I want to be seen when I leave.
They asked me when they asked me to speak, bro, I was choking, bro. The words couldn't leave my mouth. I had written it down and everything.
You did well though, bro.
No, you did well.
I don't lie, I would have been.
I would have even had to freestyle at one point, if I'm being honest.
I had. They told me a week in advance. I was just like, what the hell am I gonna come and write? What am I gonna come and say? I had things written down. I was just like, but this, it still doesn't even encapsulate what he means to me. It doesn't fully encapsulate it. Yeah, may his soul rest in power, man.
Honestly, man. So, following on from that, to be honest, yeah. So I kind of explained how how my views of legacy has changed since coming into Christ, no, I didn't explain that. But that's the question. So, have your views on legacy changed since you've came into Christ, basically? Anyone can go. That would be nice. Thanks.
I'm scared. I'll say, yeah, most definitely. I'll say I know definitely before coming to Christ, becoming born again. A lot of my ideas on things, or my ideals, it was materialistic. It was I guess prideful, I would say.
Why
based on the pride. Whoa. Hey, no. Let me tell you
why?
about something. Junior's my secret up. Junior's my secret up.
I'm the red level.
I ain't telling Junior ever again, man.
If you ask Akin about, okay, even right now, but before Crash, yeah, if you told him, I would tell you everything about red leather seats.
Oh!
In a drop top.
You know, what is this man talking about?
Bro, but before Crash,
I remember.
like, even now, he talks about it, but it's not with as much oomph. But you know, sometimes he's still. What does he say? When a nice car goes past, what does he say? But it's like that's and that's growth, because you could, even for me saying it as banks, like, bro, when I tell you the way this guy used to talk about a convertible, white convertible with red leather seats.
I can have the specifications.
Yeah, logged in his brain.
He was Mercedes-Benz brochure.
Bro, basically,
he was the brochure.
I've always loved cars, though, innit?
Yeah.
But I guess, maybe you can say, it was going on the side of idolatry.
Yeah, I think.
Before it was had a passion for cars. But yeah, like before, it was just about, legacy behind it's just about make as much money as you can. So yeah, you have this, so people can go, his grandkids, they were able to buy a house because he left money for them. His family good because he left money for them and stuff like that. But, first of all, I've seen people who've had money and they're still, you could have had money, but then they've not been there for their family and other aspects. Like, because I can just imagine if our parents, because I feel like when you're maybe growing up in like a working class or middle class family, money is a bigger emphasis, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when you think about it, there are families where money isn't really an issue. When money is now taken care of, people don't care about that as much. So like, imagine if you're in a situation now, like, you're not lacking for money, you're not wanting for money. Your kids aren't gonna care that, dad's private, dad's taking care of us, we've got the bills paid for, and we don't struggle, like we don't need. They're gonna want you to be there for them emotionally. They're gonna want you to be there physically present and all those things in it. And they're gonna want you to be able to actually impart things into them. Like to teach your child the way he should go when he grows and depart from it. Like, what are you gonna do? And not just by what you teach them, because kids, they will learn. One thing that I realize as well, and subconsciously is you might not notice it, but kids are always watching. They will learn by your action.
Have you not seen the meme where the guy's like a 7-year-old kid when they see anybody walk past and it's just
kids are watching you, and I feel like like they say sometimes, for example, like rules, like preaching the gospel, like there's that preaching it, there's that heralding that actually speaking out, but then there's being a witness just by your actions, by the way you live. That's important, and it's the same way in terms of teaching your kids and stuff like that. By the way I live anyway, what lessons will they learn? Yeah. Or how would they think of me just by the way I live? If I couldn't speak, let's say imagine I couldn't speak to them, or I could speak but they couldn't hear me. How would they learn? What would they say of their dad? What would they say of me just by the way I live, just by my actions? Are they going to say, dad was very money, he was a good businessman, he made money, he was very business savvy, this and that. What is that all you can say about your dad? How was your dad? Was he kind? What did you feel? Could you trust him? Could you come to him? But he made money though, and he was very successful, and he like, if they can only speak to my business acumen and my ability to make money in these things, then I've failed. I haven't really left much of a legacy. I feel that it's important for me to live a life that's actually gonna give them lessons that they will take and hold on to, and then they will pass on to their children. Lessons that will actually reflect what a good Christian man, a kingdom man should be like. That's definitely important. That's definitely important for me. And just to add on as well, like, because in terms of legacy, like we said, it's not just about money. It's about, for example, like we know about Uncle Richard, it's just that life you live. People are going to speak more of your person than your achievements. And it's just like, from what I've done, how will that also help them as well? Because let's say I've done nonsense in my life, that can be a block for them as well. But if I've done good in my life as well, that could be a help for them too. Someone could see, you're acting something. Just because of that, I'm going to help you. Or they could say,
damn, you know what happened here? You know what, just to provide a real life example. My mum went to the Nigerian embassy, I don't know what happened, but you know, if we're being honest, it's kind of shambles there, innit? It's very shambles there. So there was a way, my mum was there by herself, and she went to go and talk to somebody, and the guy said, what's your name? And she went, so-and-so, so-and-so, let me know the debate. But they were like, oh, that's your surname? And she was like, yeah. It's like, because that's your surname, I remember someone from years ago that helped me with something that's bear the same surname. I'm gonna make sure you get seen today. And that's it.
Yeah,
Got seen everything, quick.
You know that's
the
crazy
next
as
hour.
well.
All because of your surname.
Good name, fam.
Imagine if someone with that surname had done him dirty.
Done him dirty.
You'd have been like, huh? You're buried that name. Now, real talk is actually so important. Like, it's so important, like, because the life you live, it goes beyond you.
Beyond us.
Honestly. And so I kind of said how my views kind of changed, to be honest. Yeah. So, you know.
I'd say that for myself, when it comes to legacy, I've been in God for a while. I guess I've had Christian values to some degree. You know.
Have those values had you?
Wait, chill.
No, it's okay. I'm a big one.
Just kidding.
I could say, some of those values may have gone a little bit to the left sometimes, but, But
I don't think you're valuing the book.
but I say, in terms of how I feel now, in terms of legacy, before it was quite superficial. I'd say it was quite selfish. Like, how can I leave a legacy? But I feel like now it's turned into, how can God use me to become a legacy? Like, it's more, what is God's will and desire for me to leave behind? Because I can grind all day, every day. I can hustle all day, every day. I can build whatever I want to build. All for it to come to nothing when I die. But recognizing that God has a particular and specific purpose for my life. And I was even talking to my dad earlier in the week, and I was saying how if my vision is not bigger than me, it's not from God.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
If my vision is not bigger than me, it's not from God. So that means I can envision something, but if I can calculate it in my head, it can't be from God. If I can figure out the steps, everything that I need to do for that vision to be accomplished, it's man-made and in it. But I was telling him that there's some things that I want to do that I don't know even how to begin. There's some things, there's ideas that I have that are so much bigger than me. We talk of brands and things, like, they outlive the people who create them. Like, look at stuff like the light bulb and electricity, and these guys have a good legacy. They've left something behind that is utilized by the mass. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I would say that my definition of legacy, or what I see legacy to be as now, is how will I be used by God to leave something behind, rather than what can I do in my own power and strength to leave something behind. Because there's a lot that I want to leave behind. There's a lot that I want to be known for, but that's selfish of me. I'm honestly, like, God, however you want to make this thing come true, like, me and you, let's bang it, like let's do it. And I feel like that's the only way that a proper legacy that will, as I said, generations and generations, I feel like that's the only way that it will last.
I feel like what you just said though, I feel like kind of killed my last question though, to be honest.
What was your last question?
No, just that, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Because you kind of said about how it's selfish, kind of. That was basically along your lines, right?
I think what he's trying to say is that if the legacy is just about what he wants to do, it's selfish because it's just coming from a point of I or myself. But the legacy he wants to leave behind is the legacy that God basically, it's not just my legacy, it's the legacy that God wants me to leave because it's his purpose for me. So I don't want to just do what I want to do. I want to do what God has purpose, what he created me to do.
But you know what I mean?
I remember seeing, I think it was Andre Ward, and he was a former world heavyweight, not heavyweight, I think it was light heavyweight champion boxer, and he said something like, like people say, I want it all, and he's like, I don't want it all. I only want what God has for me. He's
a boxer?
Yeah, former boxer, retired, 32 and 0. He's like, I don't want it all.
Damn, 32 and
0. I don't want it all. I only want what God wants for me. And it's true, because sometimes we like, I just want it all, but it's like,
is that what God wants for you?
Is that really what God wants? I want. Obviously, there's some things that will be accompanied with that. Cool, but it's like if I have it all, or whatever. When we say all, what do we mean? Because a lot of times people are talking about these material things. And the money and the cars and the clothes. Yeah, rules. Those things. The
hoes, I suppose. I just wanna be successful.
Wait, were you not singing Drake last week?
And it's mad because, like we said, all those things, innit? Like the world's standard of success and the world's standard of success.
I said the hoes, you know. Nah, you man, bro.
It's different still.
I didn't say that. Who said that?
But yeah, okay, cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, I heard that. So, however you want to answer the question. So, what kind of legacy do you guys want to leave behind? Maybe, you don't have to do a Beatties. We don't know if anyone's playing against us, but I got this more greater than you.
Look, honestly, if you use evil eye to watch this, my God.
Sha, God will punish you!
They'll poke your eye and use it. What
is it? The lesser power will bow, Sha.
Hey, what's that video where the man's like, I'll bite you?
Is it the 600 years one?
No. I think it's the one where the guy pretends to be like a spirit or something. And he's like, Holy Ghost, fire! Oh, you foul spirit, I bind you! Hey, no, bro. That guy, though. Oh, what's the one where he's like, I serve Jesus Christ, and you can do nothing to me.
I can't lie though. I need that energy,
bro.
I need that
confidence. He's like, what did you say? He said, is something wrong with your hair? Are you not hearing me? I said, I serve Jesus Christ, and you can do nothing to me. Fam, I'm like, damn. He knows himself, bro.
What about the American guy that was fighting the IC1 woman, and he was just like, I serve a living God. Santa Rama.
Oh, it's not speaking Italian.
I need the energy, bro. I can't even lie. I need that kind of energy.
So funny.
But yeah, I'm on just now you know, I don't even watch this with Evil.
I don't watch this with you. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it, man.
You're pissed now. You're pissed now. But I said, so yeah, what kind of legacy do you wanna kind of leave behind? Does anyone got anything do you want to go first? You go, bro. You go, bro.
What's wrong with this guy was there's a couple things I put down in it. I come across Proverbs 22 verse 1.
Oh, you came nuts.
I was
just gonna spit out the dome.
No, not in terms. This is just like scripture, innit? No, I read the scripture and it really was like. So they said a good name earned by honourable behaviour, godly wisdom, moral courage, and personal integrity is more desirable than great riches, and favour is better than silver and gold. And just like, yeah, there's certain things like I said, honourable behaviour, godly wisdom, moral courage, personal integrity especially as well. Definitely want to leave behind those things and like, cool, this is the thing that Akin represented. Like, I think, the other day I saw one thing and it was like, every Christian should I don't know if it said strive, basically should hope that their life could be summarised if at their funeral, then their life could just be summarised by this, and it was like, all he or she did was to make Christ known. And for me, that is something that I want to embody when my life comes to an end. Definitely want to embody that that in everything I do, that I spend time with him so that people see him in me, and that I do all I can to make him known. Because I saw something along is like, if you're given a commission by an earthly king, you'd see it as an honor. So then why is it that when you have a commission from the heavenly king, we see it as sacrifice? And it's true, sometimes it's a privilege to be given a commission from the heavenly king. It's a privilege to be given a commission to do his work on earth while we're here. So yeah, no, definitely. And yeah, so just being able to leave behind that integrity, just being able to leave behind a legacy of Christ, a life that's showing Christ, that's leading people towards the gospel, that's reflecting the love and the grace of God. Same way that we've received mercy, showing mercy unto others. And yeah, definitely one thing as well, I think there's like a scripture in Psalms as well, and it says, let each generation tell its children of your mighty acts, let them proclaim your power. And you know, earlier in the year when we were studying Judges, we spoke about how there was a time where it said that there was a generation that arose after Joshua. Yeah. And it says that another generation arose after them that did not know the Lord, nor the work which he had done for Israel. And so for me, I said that it's important to pass on the legacy of what God has done and just pass that on so that, yeah, because I remember Stay Lit, yeah, some of the jumpers, one of the things on it, it says something like, it's either inspiring this generation to ignite the next, or igniting this generation to inspire the next. And that's kind of like the thing that I want to push on, keep that thing going, because we don't want it. I just don't. Sorry, I'm going on a bit, but I don't want to be. We don't want to have a thing where we have one generation on fire, then another down, up and down. We want to keep that fire going.
My dad always says that when we used to have like family devotion and whatnot, that when he gets to heaven, that he'll be vindicated. That he'll look at Jesus and say, God, when I was down here on earth, I told my children that there is a God. I told my children, I raised them up, I made them good, I made sure they went to church, you know. And he's always saying like the good that he's done, he'll always pass on to us. The Jesus that he knows, he'll give to us, innit? And is left up to us. Honestly, like he always say, no, I've done mine. It's now up to you. Like I've given you, I've taught you the best I can.
I just love the way he says it, right?
I was even telling someone that I don't think anyone really calls me Emmanuel apart from that Akin and a few other people, but everyone just loves remixing my name, bro. But yeah, like he was just saying how that's one thing that he knows, that apart from telling us every morning to be determined and focused, that he can say with his whole chest. And honestly, I can testify to it that he has really done his best to get us on this path from Jesus, you know. Just sometimes, man.
Get this guy out of here, bro.
I hear him. At the end of the day, I'm happy that we can admit to our faults and rectify them faults. Some people don't get the chance to, man. So
it's true.
It's a blessing to wake up and be able to say, God, I'm sorry.
Honestly, we will not be too late.
Amen.
In Jesus' name, we will not be too late.
But yeah, for me, I basically embody the exact same thing that you guys said. Obviously, you know, I might take a bit longer, but I'm trying.
What are you talking about, man? Everyone's rated as an individual, man. You good?
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean, so I can be, you know, what I can say, shy.
Yeah, because that man cheated.
Yeah, man, he got notes.
Oh,
He got notes.
We got the Bible app too.
But yeah, about getting told about integrity, how I was as a person. I think I don't think this is obviously I don't think this is just selfish or whatever to say, but I would also say I want to be known as like a great family man. That, you know, I was someone I really loved and cared and showed my family that I loved and cared for them.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because, you know, because I don't know, I just feel like there's a big stigma of, you know, black men and
family ties.
Like black men and bro, it just like, Bro, even the Marcus Rashford, you must see the Marcus Rashford thing.
One politician trying
to say something. Did you know your father? And it's like, why we bro, he needs, you know, I know it's not godly, like, he needs to get punched up though.
Did he get fired for that?
Bro, I don't know.
I don't know. He got suspended, but everyone, it's because people were complaining that Wiley done, they basically done the same thing that Wiley did, but why you got a voice? It's basically the same thing, just in terms of speaking down on him like that.
No, but fam, it was so unrelated.
It was so unrelated.
But he was basically just coming for him.
Yeah, just basically.
Yeah,
but it's like
because it was racial stereotypes.
Yeah,
racial
basically. And the thing is as well, like, it's like, why are we as black people giving these men the power to say that?
Not
like,
gonna lie,
it just disappoints me.
We need to have this conversation of like men and then black men, like, because the stories, fam. You know, sometimes like, I thank God that I've got a few female friends around me, but the stories that I hear,
it's a mad thing,
fam.
It's a mad thing.
The stories that I hear, I'm just like, why do men not have control over their emotions, over their actions? Like, where did you miss the lesson on common sense? Like,
bro,
did I get taught in a special school? Or
did I get less extracurricular?
I don't think, like, with my dyslexia, I got 25%
This guy, he won't drop it, fam.
Oh, Palmer's was definitely trying to make sure
this guy won't quit.
But honestly though, like, I'm frustrated.
No, and honestly, and that's why, that's one of the reasons why I say it, because like, it's
frustrating.
Like, I can't let anyone be thinking that I'm not a man that, you know, loves his wife, loves my kids, loves my mum, my dad, my family. Like, I don't want that kind of energy around me.
My thing is, it's not even about being perfect as well.
No, like, it's at least be trying, as in progressive. You'll never be perfect, but at least people can see that I'm trying.
It's like
doing better than last year. That's progression. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a bar.
I need that bar. But like,
it's like some people are comfortable doing the bare minimum, but I'm like, the bare minimum is not enough.
And the thing is, even just to go on, obviously, this ain't tooting my horn or anything, but it's like, even in my relationship now, there's times where no, don't do that. Don't do that.
He said that just before.
No.
I'll play.
But like, I'm not playing. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But even like right now, there's some times where I've not acted the way I should act sometimes. Look, no one should take that as I've made a mistake or anything. I'm not that kind of person.
I become a talk to me, I'll beat him though.
No, but
just give us the words.
No, but in honesty, like, there's times where I might have been sharp with my tongue, or I might have done something that I shouldn't. Too quick, or something I shouldn't have done. And I've always got to make sure I keep myself mentally in check, because if I allow them stuff to slide, I'll be allowed. She'll allow that in the future. I'll be doing that in the future, and I can't allow that to happen.
Yeah, family.
And it's like people. I think I was talking to one of our friends here. And they're like, one of them, they're all together. They're like, "Oh, Junior, you do bears. We don't see men really doing that, like showing your girl off." And that. I said, "Fam, I am not even failing. I'm trying, but bro, that is the bare minimum, to make your girl feel feel secure in your relationship. That is the bare minimum.
As in, she makes you feel like the king. Why can you not make her feel like your queen?
Honestly, and it's like, why? It's just confused, because it's like, has the standard become so low?
There's no standard no more.
As in,
there is
it's not the
actually no standard.
What's it?
The bar is in hell.
Wow.
No, sometimes I'm thinking like, right, that's standard. Like, even if you're like, probably like just in terms of like your conduct with females, like maybe that's not even like that. For me and a man, we don't have girls. Just in terms of your conduct, sometimes girls will say things like, raw, like. Not just things like that, and you're thinking, bro, don't all your guys do this?
Bro,
all your man do
this is not normal.
This is things like,
it's weird.
Honestly, when I mean, it's jarring. It's so jarring. I'm just like, no, to be part of this gender and to be airing this story, it breaks my heart. It's like we're constantly getting slayed on
Twitter. It's mad, because sometimes you feel like sometimes everyone like you feel like raw, you're getting attacked too, but then you take yourself aside and you just realise that. But when I see things like this, they need to be addressed. No, it's like these things just need to. They need to be addressed. Like, even just in terms of like even like fathers and things like that and all of that. And I just think like, at the end of the day, like, I know when they make this comment, it hits me too because I'm a black man, so I'm falling under that category. But it's like, nah, it still needs to be addressed because for the greater good, innit?
Yeah.
So yeah, like
my pain, it's the same.
Yeah.
Like some of our mates and that, even the stories they come and tell us, like not everything sits right with me, and I would have to say, yo, bro, like that's not cool, you know. Like that's not G, you know. Like
accountability.
Like honestly,
you man can't hear me do something shambles and not tell me.
Never. You're not my mate.
Never.
You're not my mate. You're doing certain things, yeah.
Sure. You already know me. I'm gonna hit you with that Galatians 4:16. I might not your enemy because I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah. Like, and this is the thing. Like, it's not like we have to be. Well, for us anyway, we don't condone that. But for other man them out there, they'll be like, if I pull up on my boy now, he's gonna start saying, I've changed, I'm different, I'm not backing him. But what is the cost of you backing them?
Yeah.
Like you're injuring and hurting another human being. Like
I feel like
sorry, I saw this thing here, and the video really resonated with me. It was like, it was about abuse and sexual assault, and it was like the person, so the woman getting hurt was like, no, the guy doing whatever was like, thank you for not telling anyone, thank you for not telling them, thank you for letting me get away with it. And then obviously it went on. Then they switched the roles, so it's a female now, which is like, thank you for telling somebody, thank you for helping me, thank you for not staying quiet and letting it happen, thank you for telling HR. And you could just see like you staying silent is encouraging the behaviour of the perpetrator, whether it's female or male, whatever.
And that's the thing, it's not only the man them that have to be held accountable as a human being, bro. Yeah. If you've got guys out there doing madnesses, pull up on them. Because the stories I'm hearing as well, it's not only man them letting stuff slide, girls are letting man them slide as well.
Honestly.
Like,
get them!
Get them!
Like, get their ass!
No, fam! Like, there actually should be no excuse right now. There should be
especially in this
no
time,
excuse.
Man.
Like,
it's pull-up season.
Back in the... Tell him again.
Pull-up season.
He gonna pull up in that journal.
Shut up.
You crazy.
But honestly, like, there's no excuse for us to be hearing these stories over and over again. Like, we talk about how things are becoming so much more aware, things are being publicized on a crazy scale now, but we're still hearing the same narrative over and over again. And it's like, what has to happen before we see change? Like, how bad does it need to get?
Before
like, how bad okay, I messed up. No, you've been messing up, big man. Like, you didn't mess up today. Like, today wasn't the first time. You just got caught today. Like, you shouldn't have to wait to get caught. Like, from, I don't know whether it's maybe lack of training from fathers, mothers, like your social settings. Like, what? We need to address this problem because, bro, it's killing my people, man.
But yeah, okay, thank you, bro. Sorry, I didn't.
Sorry, man.
But what did you want to say? Because it was even me that cut you off.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
And you know what's mad? Like, all of this is what we're talking about. This is why I want to leave the legacy of being a family man, like, and honestly, being a good person, like.
That's why that's why I went on a rant here, because black boys, we're all black boys, and one day we're all going to be black men, and one day we're going to have black boys, and we're going to teach them how to be black men.
Hey,
classic. But it's like, honestly, like, bro, and when you think about it, it's the bare minimum to be a good family man. But that's what even inspires the next. Because, bro, you see the difference, not even that there's much of a difference, but when you come from a broken household, it could, a lot of people have not let it, but it could have such a massive effect on you. And why should we basically base it on what probability or percentage is?
Not even
like, let's just make it
just a broken household as well. A household that's
or even has absolute,
there's not, you know what I mean?
There's not a connection.
There's not a peace in the house.
Yeah.
It has this thing. So
bro,
we want to give them an environment that they can flourish in, not an environment that they need to struggle through. Honestly. Give them the best opportunity to go forward.
Bro.
And like, you see how we have a lot of generations saying, "Oh, I see things that I don't want to do," or
Yeah,
"I hope I'm not going to be like this." We want to change the narrative. I want to change the narrative because I want them to be like, "Raw." I hope coming up now, you have the next generation come up. They're like, "Oh, I want to be like my dad. We want to be like our dads. Or we want to be like our dads. We want to be. Hope we can be just as good men as our dads, or as the black men that are black men now. Hope I can grow up to be a black man now. Whereas now, sometimes you're like, "Raw." I hope I don't get to the age and I'm like the uncles. You know what I mean? But I hope I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like, no, you look at him and go, "Raw." He's a man of God. He's a family man. He takes care of people. He's nice. He serves other people. Like, I want to embody that. I want to be. Obviously, I don't want to be like him. I want to be like myself. But I want to embody the good characteristics I see in him.
Yeah,
So,
fam, we need to
change the narrative.
We need to shout it out so much louder, like those good narratives that we see on a day to day.
Like the Cabs family, there's one people that follow me. I think the dad life or round about the lines, but it's like you can see they're present and you can see like they're trying.
And the thing is, like, it's not even just is what is seen in the media. Yeah, that is what our lives are now. iPhone, that
or whatever you can put wherever you want.
When you're out with your family, you
have to be present.
Bro, be present in that moment. Like, man, I've got this thing here. That when I'm out, I'm not on my phone.
Yeah, same all the time.
I'm not on my phone. I don't like to seem distracted. Like, I want to be able to give you my full undivided attention.
Right, yeah.
That's what I've been telling people. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't on my phone.
That's what I want to apologize for. Being a horrible texter.
No. I apologize for that.
I ain't apologizing for that. Fam, I'll get to you when I get to you, man. Fam, I ain't going nowhere.
But yeah, no, and as I said, and honestly, like, it's just about breaking the narrative, man. Because I've told these man bears, like, I've told, like, but when we was even talking about vision in church, bro, like, when I was talking to these men, but I was like, I want my kids to see me here as like a hero, like, as in when I walk through the door, when I come back from work or whatever I'm doing, they'll run up to me, "Daddy," blah blah blah, like all of that stuff. This guy don't make me be toxic. It's like I want them to always see me as their hero, like, as in like, bro, I don't
celebrate
as long as possible.
Bro, like, I think
until I start grounding them.
What does the Bible say? It's not in Proverbs 31 where it's talking about like the woman like celebrates her husband like when he comes home from work or something like that. Like the Bible talks about like when a man is good and the things that he gets, like the children will be singing his praises. His wife won't feel a type of way doing anything for him. Like, bruv, I want that treatment, you know.
Like bro, I feel
I deserve that. I just want to be loved.
I think as well
Jesus loves you.
One thing that I saw was like, especially with your sons and daughters, obviously you raise them. It might be a bit different, but it's the same kind of. But it's like I forgot where I heard it from, but no, it was 90s Baby Show. So Nella and Annie Dre, they'll talk about how their dad showed them how men should be. Yeah. Like, as in, like, my dad always used to come tell me get dressed and take from when she was 5 years old. Get dressed, we're gonna go out to eat, or I'm gonna take you on a date. And now now man them are coming, they wanna, what, can I come to the apartment? No. My daddy that took me out first, took me on so many dates. You just wanna come to my apartment.
I do what?
You cannot. I will go to do Bible study.
You can't off these fines. You can't do that.
But it's like, I want my daughter to know how, like, bro, her daughter's first love is her dad, basically. It should be. And I want my daughter to feel loved. And even my son. And the thing is with my son as well, it's like, I'm gonna show him the exact same love, like, bro, going to everything that he does, because it's like, I want us to grow up thinking that that's even me being emptying myself to them.
You have to be there,
showing them that I'm emptying myself to help you grow up.
Be the father to them, the kind of father that you always long for, innit?
Yeah.
Even though obviously your dad wasn't perfect, but there's things that maybe you still long for. Those things you give to your children.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, honestly, the way that I think about legacy, I feel like I see it in like three ways. Personally, my purpose with God, and then my family.
Yeah.
Like with my family, they need to see me, and I feel like it is a need. They need to see me as the man that God has actually destined to be the man of
Be
his
the
house.
yeah.
You know, it's not just I give you God and that's it.
Yeah.
Because that is not the man that God wants. Fam, like,
Some man even think, they think
Like,
that's
man,
oh,
they-
wait,
what?
go to church.
what? So you're in church 7 days a
bought
week.
them book.
Like, fam, like, what? You're in church 7 days a week. That's great, but what are you doing for my house? Like, you ain't doing anything. I can't just be the man that is at work providing for my household because there's other things that are missing. Like, I need to be a well balanced man, and that is what I see as legacy. That my children will wake up in the morning and will be, and they have a sense of pride that they are my children.
Yeah.
You know, my parents, like when I'm not there, they're singing my
Yo,
praises.
big me up.
Like, oh my gosh, my dad is always going to be there for me. My dad's always going to be providing for me
Someone they can come to in all things. As
in
well.
all circumstances.
Not
Like,
just one.
Not even if as shambles as it might be, the fact that you will come to me and tell me about it,
Yeah.
let me at least help you.
It's kind of like that thing that was on Instagram at the time where it was like, I think the religion versus relationship thing, but that can kind of go into like the kind of parent you want to be. So it's like, you know, religion you go, oh, I messed up, dad's gonna kill me. And then the relationship is like, oh, I messed up, I need to call dad.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I would want that to be like, oh, I messed up, but I know I can still come to dad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to condemn you, but also, we still have to be disciplined as well
Yeah.
sometimes, but at least I would rather, like for me, that I was even sometimes having conversations with some of like my young cousins, some people, I was speaking about obviously some things that obviously teenagers and young children or whatever, like young adults will face. And I had a conversation and I was just like, not gonna lie, I'd rather you tell me if you get into some of these things or you make a mistake in that, then you hide it, because I feel like
once you start hiding things,
you go deeper into things when you try to cover things up. So I'd rather you tell me, I'm not gonna flog you. I'd rather you tell me and we can work through it. I can help you work through it, because I've been through, I've probably been through some of the things as well. So yeah.
I feel like one of the policies that I want to set up in my household is to be hot. No, I say this anytime I remember that. Fam, shout out Mike Tudge, yeah, and that honest, open, and transparent, yeah. Fam, that's the kind of policy that I want to have in my household. Like, there is no situation that is bigger, because if your daddy starts talking of what he's been up to in the past,
You gonna tell them everything?
If you don't, I will. I'm not you know your dad was there. You know, have you ever heard of the name Eric? Eric, I'll show you my Eric.
Oh gosh, man said, don't worry, he's not your uncle. If he tells you he's your uncle, that part, he's not your uncle. I tell him, no, daddy, I'm back. He said, tell me about Eric. But yeah, man, I feel like that's important as well.
That's
because
important.
one thing I said as well, I realised the generation before us, or the ones who we've come up from under, or our parents per se, they haven't really told us of that. They told us about the positives, which is all good.
Yeah.
But it's like you're painting a picture of you with no fault. So
when
fault,
I was in school,
yeah.
I was at the top of my class.
It's like,
my uncle said
I need to be.
at the top of his
I need
class
to.
as well.
So who lying?
Say for example, like in the Bible, it says about how Jesus he faced all the same temptations that we did, but he did not sin. But it's still relatable because he knew he faced the temptations that we faced. But as you as a human being who isn't perfect, I need to know that you aren't perfect. So like people would rather want somebody that they know is real and isn't perfect, but they're actually transparent and they're real, than somebody who paints an image of perfection when you're not really, because we know no one's perfect.
I need to know the example where Jesus faced temptation with women's storm.
I'm stupid. Okay. Anyway, yeah.
I need that. I
Anyway.
Need that.
I need it.
I'm drowning.
I ain't joking, man.
we talk about this recording. But no, literally, like, I see a lot of people, they're like, look and go, right, like, I see this perfection that my parents are painting. How can I, for example, all my dad has told about his childhood, it's basically been positive, this and that. He was the joy, he was the crown in his father's, he was the jewel in his father's crown, his parents' crown. Never made no mistake. He passed school straight away. He never messed up. He didn't fail any classes.
And he was the class clown as well.
Whatever. And then it's like, so how can I tell him I'm messing up in this? Or how can I tell you I'm struggling with this? I've never heard you talk about. That's another thing about being open and transparent, like you said, because sometimes, obviously I'm not going to always go and put my burdens onto them, but sometimes just being honest, like, oh, you know, I'm dealing with this, but I'm going to get through it. So let them know that I face struggles too in my adult life, in where I am now, so that when they have problems, instead of when you're young, you go to dad, I'm stressed. Are you stressed? What is there for you to be stressed about? You pay bills, I working, you know what I mean? But I want them to be able to come and say, yeah, like that, this is how I'm feeling. Because that's another thing, like you said about men learning about emotions, that because we're not educated on it. We need to educate them and give them a platform where they're actually able to learn how to identify their emotion and express it, whether they're positive or negative. It's better for you. You can do much better with a negative emotion if you're able to actually recognize it and then do something about it, rather than just having it and then just letting it manifest in any way it ends up breaking up because you don't actually know how to deal with these things.
And it's very, very important about learning your emotions as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because even me, I can't even say that I know all my emotions. Like, I'm that open with my emotions. Yeah.
I feel like in general, men, they do have a tougher time expressing their emotions, but it's still no excuse for, because our actions are emotion led.
Yeah.
Like our actions are based off the things that we think and we feel. So it's not a case of I don't know how I'm feeling, but this is my action. I'm sorry about it. For me, you have to sit down and be like, how am I actually feeling? Why am I acting in this way? Like,
why did I react to this? Why did this make me feel this way?
More time we react than thinking about why did I react like this. Like the why is much more important than the way that we reacted sometimes. And that's honestly, I feel like sometimes I talk about my dad a lot, but it's only because the relationship I have with him. Like,
it's good. This is what we want our sons to be talking about like too, man.
Like it's honestly only because like the way that I want to be able to relate with my son, he's showing me that as well. And it's like I've experienced the secondary school relationship with him as well, him being there present. Junior always makes fun of the times that he used to come to like secondary school with his notepad.
But the thing is, I make fun, but he's present though.
Yeah.
Like he's there. Obviously, every parent came and that was there. But the fact that Emmanuel's dad took notes, and actually sat him down after to speak about what this is, and then his teacher could say word for word, like. He wrote down word for word what they said. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're not too worried about it. But the fact you've actually done that, you know what I mean?
You can't really say that.
But like, no, continue.
Yeah, so like I've had that relationship like with like the secondary school, and then also as I've grown up as well, like even in uni there was a period where I went missing in it. Like I was just doing my own thing. Like I didn't give a damn. Like I wasn't calling anyone, and then I was like, wait, I ain't spoke to my dad in a minute. And I think I was like walking back from uni, from the library, maybe at like 12 or 1 in the morning. And then I was just like, I ain't heard my dad's voice in a minute. And I called him and I was just like, I've been waiting for your call. Like, you know.
Why you call me though, Dad? Oh, God.
Do you remember us? Like, and like, it's just them little check-ins. And even now that I've left uni and I'm back at home, the conversations again they're different, but he's still learning as well. And I see it as well. Like he'll even come and say, oh no, Emmanuel, you know even what you told me. Like when I was telling him the vision thing, he was like, oh no, yeah, I like that. I really like that. And it's like he's learning from me and I'm learning from him. And that's the relationship that I want to be having with my kids as well, because obviously it's going to be a different generation. It's going to be a different time. Fam, they're gonna have holographics and like 4K standards, everything. Like it's gonna be different. Do you understand? So it's about what can they teach me.
They didn't even have phones.
They were writing letters. And love letter.
We have phones, but them phones will be different. They'll be teaching us how to use them phones.
They're gonna have like some chips and that.
Remember floppy disks?
Oh yeah,
bro. Technology moves quick, so yeah.
Nah, but honestly, like that's when we talk about legacy, kids, like we have to be the change that we want to see. Like I can't wait until I have the children before I start making the changes. It's now. It's how I treat my friends now, how I deal with my relationships now that will determine how my relationships in the future will be. So it's about polishing up my character now. It's like, let's get these changes done. Let me not put it off. Do you understand? Like we have to build for tomorrow, but we have to start today.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I think I got it from Junior when he sent a thing from, was that book Kingdom Man? I think he kind of spoke about basically that the more I become a better version of myself, I become a better brother, I become a better friend, I become a better father, a better husband, and all these things. And as I become a better father, a better husband, then I help build a better family. If every person is doing that, as they build better families, those families build better communities. If they have better communities, then we have a better country. Yeah. If they have better countries, then we have a better world. And literally, it starts with you. Kind of like how Marcus Jackson says, "Man in the mirror," innit? Yeah. Literally, start from you. Because you can only do what you can do, innit? Yeah, you can only do what you can do. So literally, start from you, and then that you actually have no idea how much your obedience can go a long way. Yeah. So
yeah, he does kind of round it out very well still.
Oh, I feel like it's only because like the topic is quite there tomorrow. I feel like I went a bit on a rant at the beginning.
No, but it's needed. No.
It's important for everyone.
For you guys that still doing mess up. You might not listen to this.
Nah, yeah, but
we gonna pull up.
Yeah, I'll buck you outside your crib, man.
You're not bucking it.
He's a fraud. He's not bucking anybody.
But no, it's pull up season.
I know. But hey, fam, you might know it. Like for the girl them, yeah, man, red.
For the man,
oh gosh.
For the man, that he says you were.
You tough, right? You say that every day, right?
But yeah, no, it was a very good call. I love this episode actually about legacy, man, and the ending was very good still.
I feel like
there's a lot more to talk about, and I can't. And you know what's funny?
Yeah.
And honestly, I can't wait as much as I can't. You know, I can wait for them kids running around making noise, pooping, being everywhere. But it's like I can't wait as well because when I see all the man them, like with our families and how we are, like the way we hold each other accountable, I know like our families are going to be in good hands, innit?
Junior gonna be the prototype, man.
Anyway,
man don't say this.
Some man don't say this. You know, I don't pray for any of you, but some man say this and then they're the first one to shot. So,
it ain't gonna be me. That's what I'm gonna say.
But, yeah.
Well, if we're gonna place bets, I'm not betting mine. But
even is 5 to 10 or something. Out of rubbish. There's no point placing the bet.
Man, you're the favorite, man. The cause an upset.
Calm. I'm telling you, I'm changed, man.
Bastard!
I'm changed, man.
But yeah, man.
Look at that. This fly has been terrorizing this whole episode.
And what was it? Wow, you even made me forget what I was saying. But yeah, as I said, I can't wait to see, like, bro, as I said the other day, like, when we're at parties, I just can't wait to see how we are, like, we're at our get together, Everyone's just jumping. Oh, what do you know about this? You don't know about this Fredo. You don't know.
And the kids just be like,
Dad, stop it. I'm like, and you think I want to call you, man? Hey, guys, formation. Hey. It's not good enough. You did the job. But yeah, man, it's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, I said episode 20. Landmark, a little cheeky landmark again. You know what I mean? We do this, man. We outside.
To be honest, I was meant to preach, but I just thought that maybe you got a message for us next week.
No. I was meant to preach on what? I took some of my ideas on this from biblical principles, innit?
What do you think? Episode 10 was too much for them? Is that why you
I thought episode 10 was calm.
Yeah, it was calm. Still. So I think the people want that again, though.
They want to hear what though? Man.
Leave him alone.
You talk now. That should start now. Oh, brother.
Leave him alone. But yeah, as said, episode 20. Just a big shout out to everyone that's actually been listening, sharing, commenting, liking. We appreciate you all from the bottom of our hearts.
It doesn't stop you now, though. Go share.
Yeah, go tell your mommy, go tell your daddy, go tell your friends.
Go do that.
Word of mouth is a very powerful thing, man. If y'all need to give us a reason to keep going, man.
Listen, man. I just want everybody to tell somebody. Tell your friends, your sisters, your mama, your dad, your brothers. If you're a drug dealer, tell your nitties. If you're in cunts, tell your customers. If you're doing fraudulent activities, tell your holders. I'm just kidding. We don't condone those kind of stuff.
But yeah.
But literally,
spread the message.
Spread the message, bro. And tell them about legacy, fam. But yeah, as I said again, episode 20, and that's Junior signing out.
It's your boy, Akim.
It's your favorite.
God. Hey.